Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it's our wonderful Wednesday. Today I'll be sharing with you one of my favorite spring flowers using the Flowering Tulip stamp set. Go ahead and hold while I flip and we'll get started. Okay, hope you guys can see everything okay. Of course, I love to see and hear your comments. I love hearing from you guys. Today is a wonderful Wednesday, and what I had originally planned for the month is currently unavailable till early April. So we're switching up the gift for today. So if you order, instead of this sea glass, you'll be getting the brushed brass butterflies, which are these awesome little butterflies in two different sizes to you as a gift from me this month. So be sure to order with my hostess code before the end of the day and I will send you that awesome gift. All right, let me show you the card we're going to be making, which is inspired by another stamper. I have her link to her. I think she's called the Stamping Therapist. I found her on Pinterest and she had this awesome card using the Tulip Dies here. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to make them. Tulips, if you don't know, are one of my all-time favorite flowers. They are spring to me. Like the first flowers that you usually see coming from the ground are these sweet little greenery of these tulips, and then up pops this amazing bulb. And it's only short-lived, and so it is one of those things that you just have to love and cherish it for the 2, maybe 3 weeks tops that it's open and blossom and beautiful, but they scream spring to me. So to make these paper ones that can last forever is just ideal for me. Love this one. Let me go ahead and show you what we're using to give you an idea. And of course, I have a link in my description below, or if you're watching this on Facebook, in the comments below, to my blog for all the supplies we're using in our video today. All right, so this is the Flowering Tulip stamp set. Has some great floral images that are 2-step stamping. So we'll do a little bit of that on the inside of our card today. So you can kind of see the cute little tulip there. So if you look at these, like this one goes inside of this guy, and this one goes inside of that one, kind of like a heart shape. Those are the two we're using today. But there's also great sayings. We have a happy birthday, a love you, just thinking of you, even a happy Mother's Day. We'll be using the you are so thoughtful, thank you, little circle one here. All right, let me go ahead and show you our pieces, and we'll get some of our stamping done. There's very limited stamping in this one, but you will need a foam mat because it is a photopolymer stamp set, which needs just that extra little sponge behind it. We're going to grab our circle stamp that has the thank you on it, and I've die cut a basic white circle out and a matching scallop piece to it. This will be our center saying right here. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. You could do either one. I have 2 shades of purple. One is a gorgeous grape and one's a Highland Heather. Highland Heather's a little bit lighter and the same color as our card base for the day. So I like to match card bases with inks all the time. All right, let me go ahead and ink this up. When I ink, I like to do a couple taps of straight up and down, and then we'll transfer it over to our circle. And that's a great thing about this being photopolymer, is that we can see perfectly through it. Oh, but I wiggled a little bit and put that on too early. So I'm going to flip it over and we'll use the back side, which is a great thing about paper. There's always 2 sides. This time I just need to hover a little bit higher. I got too close too soon. There we go. That should be better. So much better. There's that one versus my not so good thoughtful up there. Oh, good times. All right. However, we'll keep this ink out and let's grab our basic white, which is for the inside of our card to stamp on our tulip there. What you can do is either keep that same color or go a shade darker. I'm gonna go ahead and actually put that away and use our gorgeous grape, which is a slightly darker color. I'll set that to the side. We're gonna grab our first part of our stamp first. That doesn't make sense, huh? the bigger image first, and then we'll have the color and image next. And I'm just going to stamp this in that corner of our basic white, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and grab, let me grab a scrap of paper. Or I have my grid sheet right there, but it's tricky to get to. 1 second. Let me grab, here we go. Post-it note. Perfect. Here's that, looks like a heart shape to me for this petal piece here. We're going to go ahead and ink it in that same color. Then we're going to stamp it off once onto our scrap, and then we can fill it in our heart piece here. Just hover above it, line it up, and press down. Oh, awesome. That looks great. Then we need to grab our green ink, which I'm using the Evening Evergreen for our green for the day. This one actually matches this beautiful paper that we're using. And I want to say that's Flowering Fields is the name of our DSP. All right, for this one, we could either throw this Post-it note right underneath it. Oh, look, I smudged it. I have ink on my hands. Should we flip it and start over? Let's do that. That'll save us just a little bit of heartache later on. And let me grab a wipe so I can wipe my finger clean. I do that all the time. I get my thumb into something that's not supposed to be there. All right, let's grab that. We'll just do a redo. We'll do it quick though. And this time I'm gonna do the Highland Heather, so you can kind of see the difference of the two colors. Same idea, ink it up, put it on our left, so our right bottom corner. Avoid inky fingers. Stamp and off the heart shape, line it up and hover right about there. There we go. Ooh, that's super pretty. I think I even like that shade even better, so that worked out great. Now I need to carefully put my ink away without getting too much purple on my thumb. And I can always do like a wipe off there too. All right, now we have our Evening Evergreen ready to go and a leaf. Let's stick our Post-it note carefully underneath here. There we go. And we're gonna just put a little bit of leafing around our tulip here. This is the smaller of the two. There's 2 leaves in here, and we just want to kind of border it. So I'm going to come over here just to give some extra color. A little bit there, and we'll add that one here. There we go. Super cute. All right, let's put our inks away, and we are done inking. We can set this one aside and add that to our card base in just a little bit. Let me go ahead and get our other pieces out so you can see what we're making and using today. So I use our stitch rectangles to make this die cut of vellum to give that stitch edging to it. If you don't have those, you can measure it out. This is about 3 inches by 4 1/4 is about the size of this rectangle here. So if you don't have that die, you can skip it and just cut this vellum out. I do have our DSP, which is beautiful. Look at these fields of tulips, just gorgeous. On the other side is more of a one tone of, or a solid color scheme with a little bit of pattern. Of course, we love that side. Go ahead and add some liquid glue to it, and we'll add it to our Highland Heather card base. Flip it over and attach. Giving yourself a border on all the ends of it. There we go. Then for our vellum here, my tip to you is to use glue dots. I like to put a glue dot in each corner just to help secure it down. And we're going to take our glue dot and work it around. So attach it to the corner and lift off. Attach and lift off. Lift off, and one more. Okay, now we have all 4 glue dots in the corner, and you can kind of see it still, but it's not as bad as a glue line. We're going to hover above our DSP and place it down. That looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and grab some of our other pieces here before I lose them. I think they're underneath me, huh? Maybe. I don't know where we put them. too far. The circle we just stamped. Oh, here they are. Under the ink, of course. Let's go ahead and glue these together while we have them. And make sure you're putting on the right one. So I had to double stamp mine because I wiggled too much. I'll attach these just like that. And let that dry. Okay. Now I had to do some stamping and die cutting beforehand because I don't like to die cut on screen. It shakes my whole table, so I do a lot of that prep work beforehand. But I do want you to know that I went ahead and I stamped these pieces onto a pear pièce cardstock, and then I used my evening evergreen for the shading of our stems and leaves. You're going to need 3 of the stems and 3 leaves. I did 2 big and 1 small. And what we want to do is kind of lay it out. And then we will make our tulips as well. So this one, I like to have a center one going straight. There's 2 ways, and it kind of has a natural curve to it. So if you want it to curve the other direction, you just flip it over like so. And then this one, I'm going to have it flip. If you look at it, it has kind of more of a top to a bottom. I feel like that's more of a bottom, and this is more of a top. But we won't be able to see either one of those on this card, so it doesn't matter. We'll put that one right about there. This is just for our placement to get an idea. What I like to do to attach these, however, is use 1 single glue dot at the top of the stem. So we're going to grab this one off, put a glue dot at the tip of it, press down. You could use the multi-purpose liquid glue. It just gets tricky with this very small piece. It's very narrow, and so a lot of squish is going to come out. And we just need to make sure we can attach it. So doing a glue dot just to the top of it will do the trick. This one for our center one, right about there, and one more for our far right one. We're trying to have them all gathered down here at the bottom. However, you can see that these are very movable still on the bottom. So if we need to switch them up or gather them differently, we totally could using those glue dots. Then we have our leaf here. I'm going to stick on by putting it on the glue dot on the bottom of it and put it right in between these 2. So it's going to be coming, and I'm going to actually lower this one a little bit more because we don't want it to come in up as high. But we do want it to be behind the stems there, kind of like that. Then we have these 2 over here. And we're also going to put a glue dot on these ones. I like the tops to kind of look like they're coming off on the card here, so I'm not putting glue dots on these ones. I want those to be kind of free flowing, not attached. All right, so this one we'll put over here on this side, and we'll grab our last one and attach this one to our corner over here. And if it goes off the vellum a little bit, that's totally okay. All right, doesn't look like much now. It definitely still needs our flower. Let me go ahead and put those into view, and I can show you those pieces. First, I'm going to show you that I'm using the Simply Marvelous DSP, which is a celebration item that's currently available through Celebration, which ends February 28th. So if you want this paper stack for free, you just order $50 worth, and you pick this at checkout. The paper that I'm using today is this beautiful, beautiful shade of purple that looks like this on one side, and then this really cool marble effect on this side. I've used 2 different ones for our flowers today. So this one is more of a lighter tone, which is for this card. And our next set that I have to show you is using the darker side. Let's grab all of our pieces out. On my blog, I'll have a still image so you can see how to build these flowers. I feel like that's part of the trickiest part of these type of dies is just knowing how to use them. So let me go through each of these and line up our pieces that we'll need. So we have, this one only needs these 2 right here. And then these 2 flowers, so this center one here just needs these 2. For these 2 side ones, it needs 3 die cut pieces. And they both have the V shape and the little petal piece there. Okay. Now, there's a couple ways you can connect these. You can either use glue dots or liquid glue. It's totally up to you, the method that you choose. Let me go ahead and start with our first one. So, this one, as you can see, kind of has these score lines right here. And then even has an impression look to it. So it looks like it's been embossed ever so slightly. We're going to take this and fold it on the score. You don't need to be too rough with it. It doesn't need a bone folder. You could just lightly fold it over and flip it to the side like that. All right. Next thing we need to do is attach this piece first. We're going to use a little bit of liquid glue, and you can either attach it to the inside or to the petal. It's up to you. But I like to line this one up to that center petal or that little curve here, just like so. Then we'll put some adhesive onto this V petal, so we're going to call it, and put that over that one. When you do this one, make sure that you're not going over those score lines here, that they want them to be able to close onto it. You press that down, then we can attach our tulip. For this one, I like to use a glue dot for this very final piece there, but you could put a little bit of glue on here if you want to, just to help it lay more flat. It depends if you want a full flower or more of a lower level or low level. All right, so I have liquid glue and a glue dot right there. I'm gonna go ahead and close this bigger side so it attaches and pushes on down on this piece here, and then I'm just gonna hold right here so that glue can attach. And there is that beautiful tulip we just made right there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my glue dot and we will attach this one to our stem. I'm gonna put this one on the far left one, and we're gonna cover the tip of the stem right here so you can't even see it, just like that. I like to have it angle out a little bit as well. And that's how that one's placed on. Ooh, I just love that coloring. It's so fun to see the difference between the dark and the light of that marble paper. All right, let's go on to the next flower. So very similar. This one, though, only has two parts to it and one score line. So we're going to fold that part over. Again, we're going to attach this petal piece first, and it's going to go on this right side here. So I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue there. Attach this dark marble purple. And I'm liking the liquid glue because I can move it around if I didn't get it put on right the first time. There we go. Again, the same with the V. The V petal, flip it over and put it inside of this one. Be mindful of our score line so it's not making it so we can't close it. And then we just need to close this one up. Put a little bit of liquid glue on this petal and close it tight, just like that. To give it a little pinch to let it attach and dry. If you want this one to lay flat, you could add a liquid glue to that one as well. Add a little bit of squeeze out there, but we can clean that up nicely. Super beautiful. Oh, I just love that. All right, let's grab our glue dot, and we can attach this now to our stem. I'm going to go right about here for this one. Oh, so pretty. All right, our last one looks like this. I wish there was a way to describe these. It kind of looks like an ear. I don't know. It just, it's a weird shape without it being made. This one has a large one and a very tiny piece though. So we're going to, again, go on that score line and fold it over just carefully. This is DSP. This also works with cardstock, but definitely the DSP I feel is easier to use. All right, now we just need to put in our petal to the center and then close that off. Liquid glue, just a little bit, center petal. And the fun thing about this is that you could totally change this up, and this could be like a white center instead of this, of the purple that we're using. Then we need to do, oh, you know what, I have it upside down. Flip it, we'll fix it. That will look better. There we go. glad we caught that before we glued it all down, huh? It probably wouldn't have looked too bad, but it wouldn't look as best as it could. All right, now we'll liquid glue this piece and our little wing piece here. Close it down by folding it and pushing down hard to make sure it attaches. And there we go. That cool little, not quite open tulip there. Grab our glue dot. There. The glue dot's right here, and we'll put it to it and attach. And we're going to put this one right in the center there. Looking so pretty and so lifelike, right? Looks really, really nice. All right, to finish off this, what we need to do is cover up where we've gathered all of our flowers here. So we're going to use our fun saying to do that using dimensionals. For this one, you want to make sure that all of our ends are being pushed down. So I'm going to put actually 4 on this tiny circle on all different spots. So that way, no matter what, I know it's catching somewhere on those stems. And I want to have it going a little bit down off of here, so that way it attaches and pushes down the vellum and has that continuous look. So just about there. Super cute. Let me focus in. There we go. You can see that a little bit better. So you can see that the circle goes a little bit over our rectangle vellum piece there. All right. Let me go ahead and use our score and our bone folder to get that score line nice and crisp. Let's attach our inside, and then we just need to embellish. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Seal Plus for my basic white. Those who know me know why I like this instead of my liquid glue, which is sitting right here. I totally could have used my liquid glue, but I prefer a double-sided adhesive when I'm using basic white. It just makes it so much cleaner and avoids any glue lines that we can see. All right, lastly, let's grab those brass butterflies, and we're gonna just embellish ever so slightly, because butterflies is what we usually see around flowers, right? Especially in spring. We'll put one right here, a large one. We'll get a smaller one coming up here, and we'll sneak one more small guy down there. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Check that out, our little butterflies there. All right, you guys, that is how you can make this awesome tulip card that I find so wonderful. Now you have to decide which one you like better, the darker marble or the lighter marble. Both are amazing. Let me get them both close. You can see, oh, just love that. Great DSP, great celebration paper, love it all. I hope you guys have learned something new today and have enjoyed making these tulips with me. Have a great day and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.